Hey everyone, today we're talking about division with arrays. So let's give ourselves a problem to think about why we're working on this. Let's say Mr. Webb puts or buys 25 tacos. He puts 5 tacos in each box. How many boxes? That's probably done here. How many boxes does Mr. Webb need? When we look at this problem, we need to take it step by step. We have 25 tacos, and he's putting 5 tacos in each box. We want to know how many boxes does Mr. Webb need. So we're not looking for how many tacos. We're looking for how many boxes. So that might help us think about it. If you remember my division sentence, I have my total divided by my size of the group, and that will equal my number of groups. So I can plug in my numbers. I know that Mr. Webb has 25 tacos. That's how many total tacos he buys. I'm going to divide it by the size of each group. He says he puts 5 tacos in each box. So I know each group has 5 in it. And I need to find my number of groups. I'm still working on that. So I can draw an array. I'll make a simple little one. I know I have 5 in each group. So let's just start. Let's just start. Here's one group. Let's make that a little nicer. That's one group. That's one box of tacos. It has 5. Let's get another box. It has 5 tacos in it. Now I can count 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going all the way until I reach 25. 5. That will give me 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So right there, I already found my answer. I have, here's one box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes, 4 boxes, 5 boxes. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Let's try another one. So here's our next problem. Mrs. Machado has 14 science books. She puts them into groups of 2. How many books does Mrs. Machado have? Well, we can start by looking at our problem. I know I have 14 science books all together. She's putting them into groups of 2. And I want to know how many groups does Mrs. Machado have? I know my math action might be into groups, because that will tell me I need to divide. So let's think. My total is how many science books I have. That's 14. What do you think the size of each group is? The size of each group is going to be 2. Because they're going into groups of 2. And I want to find out how many groups she has. So I want to find out the number of groups. So I'm going to make a simple array. And this time I'm going to make it with O's. There's 1 group of books, 2 groups of books, 3 groups of books, 4. And I can skip count on the side if it helps me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm not there yet. So I need to keep going. 11, 12, 13, 14. Right? And I'm making my array look like this because I know she's putting them in the groups of 2. So here are my groups of 2. So now I can count. I have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5, 6, 7 groups. So my answer, 14 divided by 2 is 7. And of course it's a word problem, so I should have wrote it last time too, but I need to write a sentence. Mrs. Machado. I don't know why it's telling me her name's spelled wrong. Has 7 groups. That's it right there. Let's give you one to work on your own. So here's a problem I want you to think about. 18 students try out for basketball. There are 6 students on each team. How many teams are playing basketball? Remember, I have my total, my size of each group, and my number of groups. Go ahead and work this problem on your own. And we're back. Let's see if we can solve this problem together. I know I have 18 students who are trying out for basketball. There are 6 students on each team. So I know 6 students. Let me fix that. 6 students. Each team is my action word. How many teams are playing? Oh, that should be a question mark at the end. There we go. How many teams are playing basketball? So let's see. I have my total is 18. There are 6 students on each team. I can draw an array to picture this. If you don't think about, your mind doesn't want to draw an array, there are other ways to do it too, but we're really working on arrays in this class. So here's my one team. That's my one team of 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you line up your array nice and neat, it makes it really easy to count. Because then I can just go, I put 1 here, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I can look right now and say, okay, this is team 1, this is team 2, and this is team 3. So I can write my sentence. There are 3 teams playing basketball. Okay. Let's try a different type of division problem now. So let's talk about a different problem. This time, we're going to talk about one where I know the total, and I know the number of groups, and I'm trying to find out how many are in each group. Now, an array won't really work for this type of problem. So you have to think about, what do I know? Do I know how many groups I have? Or do I know the size of the group? Because an array really won't work for this type of problem. So let's look at it. Sally makes 24 cookies. She puts an equal amount, that's important, into 6 bags. So that tells me right there she has 6 bags. I want to know how many cookies does each bag, have? Let's make sure we know what that each bag means. That means I'm going to divide. Okay. When I see a problem like this, I like to make a little drawing. I know I have 6 bags, so I'm going to make, we talked about this, my tape diagram. Let's see. Let's plug in my formula first. I have 24 cookies divided by 6 bags, and I'm still looking for my number of groups. I'm sorry, my size of each group, number of groups. So I have 6 groups. So I'm going to make my little tape diagram, my little groups. So here's 1 group, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just erase some of this at the end here, make it a little smaller. There we go. So there are my 6 groups. I want to count all the way up to 24. So here's 1 cookie, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm putting 1 in each until I get all the way to 24. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now I just look, how many do I have in each group? Well, right here I have 4. And it comes out evenly. I have 4 in each group. So I know that my 24 divided by 6 is 4. And I can write my sentence. Sally puts 4 cookies in each bag. And that's it for this type of problem. If I try to draw an array, it'd be hard because I don't know the size of each group. So I knew how many groups I had, I just didn't know the size. Let's give you one to try on your own. So here's the problem I have for you all now. Mrs. Branco has 16 orange cones. She divides them equally into 2 stacks. How many cones does Mrs. Branco put in each stack? Remember, we're going to find the total, the number of groups, and the size of each group. Go ahead and work on that now. Okay, let's see how we did. Mrs. Branco has 16 orange cones. That's her total. 16. She divides them, ooh, that's a math action word. That's my division word. Equally into 2 stacks. That's my number of groups. How many cones does Mrs. Branco put in each stack? So we're looking for the size of each group. Let's make my equal sign a little better and my question mark a little better. There we go. So let's take this apart. I know I have 16 total in 2 groups. So I'm just going to make my 2 groups. Here's one group right here. Here's the second group right here. I need to count all the way to 16. If you want to draw cones, you can draw little cones. 1 cone, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I stop because I reached my total. So I can look, how many does each group have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This group has 8. This group has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They came out the same. So each group has 8. So I can write, whoops, 8. Mrs. Branco puts 8 cones in each stack. That's it. Okay. There'll be a few more quiz questions for you at the end here, and then when you're done, you can work on Zern or the other videos if you didn't finish them already. Okay. Have a great day. Study hard.